All right, so this is my first video. Let's see if I can swap it to, yeah, I'll swap it to that. This is my first video. Everyone's mainly just been telling me to get one or make a YouTube channel, you know. I'm not doing it really to make money, mainly just to document the process of my 240. So this is my 240. It's seen better days. It's a 1993 s13 hatch. I bought it by trading my motorcycle for it 2 years ago. Well, almost 2.5. I traded my FC07 for it. It wasn't running, but as everyone else, basically, I've wanted one of these forever. But it wasn't running. The day after we got it back, we got it running, but it had bent valves in the KA and timing was way off. So rebuilt that motor, rebuilt the KA, sold it, and then started doing body work basically. So I'll get into all of that. But what this is gonna be is it's gonna have a 6.0 in it. So I don't know anything about LS's. Also, by the way, if you hear that noise, that's the heater for the garage. Don't mind the garage, it's a work in progress. I just bought the house. The lights also hum because they're fluorescent. They're super annoying. But yeah, so I don't know anything about LS motors. I've had a charger, but I didn't do anything on it. So yeah, this is a 6.0 LQ9 out of an Escalade. I pulled all the pistons out. Basically, the only thing that's left in there is the crank, and then the crank like retainers and stuff. But I pulled all the pistons out. They don't look terrible, but I don't know what, like, this one's super dark, and then this one's not dark over here. I don't know what that means. So hopefully I don't have to buy new heads. They should be fine. Just get them cleaned up, you know, throw them in some chem dip and call it a day. But yeah, so I'm looking to make probably 450 wheel. That's what I'm hoping, at least. So I'm gonna throw a different cam in there. I'm probably gonna do a 228, 233 cam, something like that, or something along those lines. It's a Texas cam. But yeah, so my main thing why I wanted to start this is because I'm gonna start really making some progress on this, because my girlfriend's pregnant. So I have like 8 months to get this fucking thing done. So I'm kind of on a rush here. But yeah, so I pulled the subframe, as you can tell. I pulled the rear subframe. I have nothing under there now. Relatively, it's clean under here. I mean, it's gonna be hard to tell. I have actually here, I have a light thing. But yeah, so I pulled the subframe out. I still have stock 240 axles that I'm gonna need to change. I'm gonna end up eventually going Z axles just because they're way easier to get. And then I'll swap the diff components and stuff, but relatively not bad under here, rust-wise. Try to get you a better picture. There you go. Don't mind the box, it's just there to catch shit. It's already got a 5-lug swap, which is good on the knuckles, but I'm going to replace, I'm going to sandblast the knuckles, paint them probably in chassis saver, and swap all the bushings out and stuff, but that should be fun. So, but yeah, so the subframe I did with, I sandblasted it. It took me like 3 days to sandblast it because the sandblaster kept getting clogged. So yeah, but yeah, so sandblasted the entire thing, took the bushings out that were in it, the stock bushings, which that's a bitch. So hopefully this doesn't fuck me here, but I have like a really big gnarly gap. I'm gonna have to sand inside of there, but I notched it a little bit. It should buff. It's mainly that one that's really bad. This one's just got a little bit in there. And this one is not terrible either. It's that one that's really bad. That was the first one that I did. But yeah, so sandblasted the entire thing, and this is an S13 subframe, so it doesn't have the 2 bushings here that need to be swapped out on like S14 ones. So it's just bolts. I should have got the GK Tech weld-in kit to reinforce it, but right now it doesn't fucking matter. So, as you can tell, it's unpainted again. I'll get to the car here in a second. It's probably, I've been doing body work on it for 2 years, so yeah. But painted the entire thing after it was sandblasted in chassis saver, so theoretically it should never rust again. I did the same with the stock LCAs. These are also chassis savered. I'm just gonna have to change out this ball joint and these bushings, and then those should be good to go. Don't mind the slippers either. It's late. Yeah, so the plan is to throw the new bushings in. I ordered bushings from GK Tech, but I bought the wrong ones. I bought the S13 subframe conversion bushings to put an S14 subframe into an S13. So the hole is like offset a little bit. I'm assuming it's wider or something. I don't know. But they're not going to work. So I'm going to have to return those. I ordered the new ones that I need tonight. I don't know when I'm going to get them. It's the 20... Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So it's the 23rd today. So who knows when I'm going to get it. But yeah, so that's the subframe. The car is completely gutted. I mean, there is this harness, which is just a dash harness, I think. Maybe a little bit left over of the chassis harness. But other than these wires that you see, there is no other wires minus battery cables in there. But the floor was completely gutted. That wasn't me, but there was a hole right there that is fiberglass on the other side, and there was a hole on the driver's side, which I don't know if I'll be able to show you because I can't get over there. Right there where it's black, but that is fiberglassed as well. It's just with 240s, if you've ever worked on one or you are working on one and that's why you're watching this video, their metal fucking sucks. It's like paper thin, so your welder can turn into a plasma cutter very fast. So didn't want to even risk trying to weld this really bad floor pans. So yeah, but stripped all of the sound deadening out, sanded it, filled in the spots that needed to be filled in with weld. Also did fiberglass, and then threw a thing of primer on it for right now until I can run all my harness and stuff. All of these windows have to go out for when I do paint. This window has to come out. That window's got to come out. This is already out, and the hatch comes off. So, but yeah, I have over fenders, which they are cut underneath, but I welded that all shut and put some seam sealer on there, so it should be good. I do need to sand inside of this crease on the over fender still, and in here a little more before paint. But other than that, the car, minus the trunk, because I haven't got to the trunk yet, but it's starting to get a little bit of surface rust from sitting. It's been sitting in my garage for probably 8 months because I haven't had time or money to do it. But yeah, I'll have to sand all this, and then we have to still high build primer this. If I can, I'll throw up some pictures, or you can check out my Instagram. I'll put it on the screen here. Where if you want to see the before and afters of this, but it looks like somebody took the trunk to a shooting range. There were so many holes in it. There's a hole here. There was a hole here. There's like 4 or 5 over here. Another like 4 or 5 over here where all this Bondo is. But yeah, so that's that. I had the rear bumper over there. The doors are right there. The doors are actually not too bad. I'm surprised. I do have a crackless dash, and the goal is to have this be a street/drift car. So it's gonna have full interior. It's gonna have back seats. Gonna have front seats, not stock front seats, but you get the point. I'm gonna do a complete custom chassis harness. Engine harness is probably gonna be from Wiring Specialties, or I'm just gonna get a Holly for the LS. So, but yeah. Now the car is completely 100% rust free.
And the piece de resistance, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I just got a KBD bumper. I got to prep that. Quick note, the car used to have an S13 front end. So I think it's these ones. Yeah. So in this shelf, I have my buddy's taillights off of his R32. And then behind those, I have my kooky taillights, or Type X taillights, whatever you want to call them. And then I have a pair of OEM S15 headlights from Japan. Right there. But I am not going to be using those. I bought some pop-ups just because the S15 front end with the hatch, it doesn't fit. It doesn't look good. So I do have some. Well, here's the covers to them, but I don't know where they're at, or the rest of them. They're probably on that shelf over there. But yeah, going back to pop-ups, and with this being cut like this, I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out. But if I gotta fab some shit up, I gotta fab some shit up. So, I got that big ass Wang. I'm excited. I got my buddy's Beamer wheels are on the wall. There's his old ones. But yeah, you can tell how long this thing's been sitting. It's been sitting for a while. So, I do have some really old Cusco coilovers on here. They're most likely blown, but I'm probably going to ride them out until I can afford like BCs or whatever. I don't even know how much they are. So, but yeah, it's going to be a track car. So I did tub the wheels, or the bay. It is tubbed, but if I can, I'll show you a before of the engine bay. But again, you can check my Instagram. It was super rusted, like very bad rusted. This over here is a completely new piece, fabbed up. It's not stock. It didn't come off of a 240. It's fabbed up for my buddy. Everything is seam sealed. That needs to be seam sealed. All of this, custom tubs. That whole piece right here was all basically gone and rusted and whatever. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but we still have a lot of sanding to do. This hasn't been sanded after high build, so everything will look good. And there's also just going to be a big ass motor in here, so you're not going to really see it anyways. I'm going to have to bang out the trans tunnel. I don't know what trans I'm going to run yet, but I'm going to run something. But yeah, on the inside of here you can see it's pretty glopped up, but it's fucking sealed, so it'll do the job. And it's just going to be covered with a chassis saver anyways. So, but yeah, I got a little bit of things that I still got to weld through. I got to weld like over there, but other than that, it is ready to go. So I'm hoping, theoretically, that by the end of January, since it's December now, it's like the end of December, by the end of January, I'm hoping this thing is painted or prepped for paint, and it's going to get painted in February. But we never know, because I have to put that back on and make it rollable, because currently it's at a fat ass angle in my garage and it's not gonna move. So, yeah, so I have to wait for bushings, because as you can tell, I really kind of royally fucked this one up. So, yeah, but yeah, big Wang, and that's about it. These aren't gonna be the wheels that I'm gonna keep. I mean, I'm gonna keep them, but they're just gonna be drift spares. But yeah, so I do have a full Type X front bumper, side skirts. I don't have a Type X rear end. I have a Charge Speed or something like that. I don't know. It came with the car. This didn't, and those didn't, or these did, but that didn't, and the Wing didn't. Yeah, so that's basically what I got going on for me with the 240. I have stock front fenders. I ordered front fenders from this guy on eBay. They were like 50 mil over or something. They were stupid wide, but they came destroyed from FedEx. If I have pictures of them, I'll post them. If I don't, I don't. I don't think I do, but yeah, like they were stepped on. They were basically folded in half, and it was a bitch to get a refund and send them back. But I mean, they're $500, so like I'm sending them back. I want my fucking money back. So But yeah, I can't really get over here as of now, but you can kind of see the bumper and you can see the driver's side. Those are just on it to roll it back and forth, but same thing over here. Yeah, but as I do stuff, I do have a GoPro, so I'll probably just wear that while I put the subframe in whenever I get the stuff. But the plan is to put the bushings in, put the subframe back in, and I'm gonna put all of the stock stuff back on just to make it rollable to get it painted. And then when we get it back, like when I get it back to my house, then I'm going to change all of that stuff out for adjustable, probably ISR because it's cheap. If you have any other recommendations, let me know. But yeah, gonna change out the upper control arms, tie rods, all that shit. The whatever that one that looks like this is, I don't know. But yeah, that's the plan. So is the plan gonna work? Fuck, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, here's all the turbo KA parts. I sold the turbo, I sold the KA. I don't know if I have really anything else to show you. I have a pig nose bumper that I'm not gonna use. I might chop it up, put it on the wall. Who knows? I do have a press over there. That is what I'm gonna try to use to press in the bushings, but I guess we'll see. So I'm really pissed that I ordered the wrong ones, but it'll buff. Everything buffs in the end. So, but yeah, I guess if you guys want to watch me build this hunk of shit, then cool. If not, that's cool too. Yeah, these are the Cusco coilovers. I don't know if you can read that. I'm using my phone, so yeah, I don't I had to cut the e-brake line. I mean, the e-brake didn't work anyways, but hopefully I can get a new one of those, because if not, I guess GG's. Or I cut it where both the e-brake lines like connect. So there's this one and there's the one over there, and they connected like in the middle at a Y under there. I just cut that. So hopefully I can get a new one. If not, I'm just gonna run a hydro anyways, so no biggie, whatever. Yeah, so stay tuned, I guess, if you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool too. I don't expect to get a bunch of viewers. I just kind of want to document it for myself, so, because I've never done this. If you want to see some of my buddies' cars, I'll probably put those on here too. We just got done rebuilding my buddy's Skyline. I blew it up, so yeah, it's got a RB25, a little bigger turbo, spoolie noises. You know, Japanese noises. This is gonna have that because it's cheap. I'm not gonna run a fucking 1J, a 2J, an RB, an SR. Fuck SRs. I'm just not gonna run those because I work at a parts store, so I can get parts for this super cheap. Not really super cheap, but cheaper than I can parts from Japan or whatever, you know, GK Tech, Drift HQ, shit like that. Yeah, so that's the 240. That's the motor that's going in it. I'm gonna get this hydro dipped at some point, or not hydro dipped, but you know, chemical dipped to make it down to bare metal, bare everything. But I have to somehow get the these cam bearings out, so I might have to send it to the shop and do that. But I don't know how to get this off of the stand by myself without a lift. Yeah, we'll figure it out, I guess. So, but yeah, I'm not rich. We'll see how it goes. Fuck, maybe it'll be 3 years till this thing's done. 3 more years. We'll make it 5. Why not? It's getting done, though. This car's never gonna leave.